operated in over 100 locations around the world. If you have any questions,
when I ask if you're still up, yeah, I know that I don't have to say much. Do they really even know? Do they really even know? Do they really even know?
Coming up on our left is the Bournemouth International Centre.
What you gonna say
Opened
about
in
us?
1984, the building is the largest live entertainment venue in Bournemouth. It has also hosted many political
say about
parties, Conservative, Labour and Liberal Democratic parties, with famous leaders such as Margaret Thatcher
What
and
you
Tony
gonna
Blair
say
firing
about
up their party members with rousing speeches. On our right is the Royal Exeter Hotel, built on the site of the first house to be built in the town by the founder of Bournemouth, Captain Lewis Trevor. For many years, this area was open heathland, but by 1790, smugglers were using the area to move their contraband from the cliffs and giants. Tregon. Bournemouth Square is important as a child, where he would sail a model boat in the stream.
South Coast Canadian Resort, and the fact that the area is very busy on weekends throughout the year. At the next roundabout, notice the mature pine trees that dominate the street sweep from here on. 200 years ago, Bournemouth was very different, with everything bare and sandy heathland, with much of the new forest to the east and desert to the west. The then landowner started planting more than 3 million Scots pines. This was partly to replenish the country's timber stocks after the wars with the French. Education on the supposed health benefits of the sea air blowing through the pine needles. By the 1880s, the transformation was complete. The British writer Thomas Hardy called Bournemouth Sandbourne in his novel Tess of the D'Urbervilles, and described it as a Mediterranean landing place on the English Channel. Truer and truer with our special microclimate and global warming.
Let's drive deeper into the pine woods on a purpose-built scenic drive with amazing views of the coastline. If the weather is clear, fine views coming up on the left of the white chalk cliffs of Old Harry at the end of the Isle of Purbeck. The road follows valleys called chines, transformed by the erosion of the sand and gravel into lush microclimates that entice the visitor to explore. Loads and goods from boats and hide them if required before vital distribution. The area was littered with tunnels and secret chambers to stash the contraband. The biggest boss of them all was Isaac Gulliver, who had a small army decked out in his own livery. When his home was demolished, it was found to contain a secret room only accessible through a door 10 feet up a chimney. As we come into Westbourne, we pass elegant houses and reach an affluent area with many small independent shops, posh boutiques, delis and restaurants. Westbourne as the village and is admired for the friendly atmosphere of its streets and arcades. Beer, real ale from local producers like Hall or Woodhouse, or the Ringwood Brewery.
Between the counties of Dorset to the 1974, Plymouth and Crossley. Today, roughly half of Dorset's population of over 700,000 lives in the cool Bournemouth conurbation.
Were here before Bournemouth existed as a town. left-hand end of the island is leased to the John Lewis Partnership, the owners of the Waitrose supermarket chain and the John Lewis department stores. It's used for training and as a retreat for staff to stay and enjoy sharing with the resident peacocks and red squirrels for the neighbours. The island is one of the few places in Central where red squirrels survive, because red squirrels can never be introduced to the islands. The island used to be claimed by the military, but all activity had ended by the time the last
Make me feel bad. Confiding me, don't resent me. 'Cause I can't stop you from nothing. I'll fulfill your desires for you. Confess to me, make me feel bad. Confiding me, don't resent me. 'Cause I can't stop you from nothing. I'll fulfill your desires for you.
They've been so successful that special steam trains from London and now Volvo make your desires for you.
I'll fulfill your desires for you.
I can take the load out of lonely. I can stop the sense of slowing down. Baby, you can be my American. You can be my American.
really short distance, which used to be the
Always
world's
just
third
stop
council
waiting for
magazine,
the American dream. So I found the words, you can be here with me. Life is sparkle to the lake. My feelings on the train, but it's fade away. When I hit the stage, I've been touring stateside. Kissing my Swedish boy over FaceTime. Oh no, opening up will make me a headline. Boost, that's my ego boost. Schedule ain't been loose for a minute. Yeah, I'm that girl I've been in.
What's down there? Definitely go ahead and left. Went out, go ahead, Salisbury Red Sun Bar.
Paul's Centre for the Arts. Housing a variety of different performance spaces, it is one of the largest art centres outside of London. As well as being home to the world-famous Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra, it has also hosted many famous bands from Oasis to U2 and singers Kate Bush and Tina Turner. Michael Jackson even played the venue early in his career as part of the Jackson 5. In front of us is the large Barclays House. The iconic building has dominated the centre of Port for more than 40 years and, at its peak, employed more than 2,500 people. They all now hail from their names, Arnold and Jill Dow. Whilst never being celebrated for its architectural merit, it was one of the first American star shopping to be built in the UK.
Train station.
In addition to the central administration, this is also where new lifeboats are designed, tested and put through their sea trials. There is a college where crew members can learn the vital skills that allow them to go out in all weathers and help mariners in distress. Coastal guest this evening on Paul Key, the last bus from this stop will be at 4 p.m. The last two buses at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. will leave from the alternative stop, opposite to the multi-stopping Key Visitors Stop. Walk back past Tesco Express and turn right at the roundabout and keep walking until you see the bus stop. It's about a 4-minute walk. As we set off to our right, we pass the Fish Quay and the old lifeboat station and museum. Across the water, we can also see Grassy Island and sandbanks in the distance. The next stop is stop number 19, Clayton Park. Please ring the bell if you would like to get off. What he found instead was Newfoundland, where the water was so teeming with fish that boats were impeded. The discovery more than 500 years ago resulted in great prosperity for the town of Poole. Thomas hunted in Newfoundland, and by the time of the people who were settled there, and it is said that the true Dorset diet lasted much longer than the remote North American colonies. The purpose built store for gunpowder. After there was a fire on Poole Quay, very close to a warehouse storing gunpowder, it was decided that this was too hot for the town, and that gunpowder should be stored away from the coastline, instead east of Volvo. During the 1930s, large flying boats were developed that would open up new routes to destinations without any facilities for transportation and flying. Poole became an important centre for the starting of film from the UK to destinations around India and Burma, Hong Kong, Singapore, and even Australia. Throughout the war and until 1938, the British Overseas Airways Corporation, which was to eventually become British Airways, had 600 staff based in Poole to support their flying boat services. There were up to 24 of its passenger flights. Although the company itself was short-lived, it laid the foundations for what would become Love. In 1995, Love opened and made its next was made. Today, the brand has grown into a global business with more than 100 stores across more than 50 countries. Despite its international reach, Love remains digital, and the 1,003 with a national sales of more than £5 billion. Love continues to stay true to its environmental and ethical values. Over the past 30 years, the company has donated more than £100 million to grassroots organisations and activists around the world.
Sitting on his lap, sipping Diet Pepsi.
The next stop is an average score of 923,000 square kilometres. The first passenger flight was opened in 1826. It was run by now was once